Hello everyone, my name is Akimbek Akbope. Today I will talk about inclusive education. So let's start. First, what is the inclusive education? Inclusive education is a system of education and social adaptation of children with disabilities with special needs of preschool and school age, regardless of their physiological or psychological capabilities. It means that different and diverse students learning side by side in the same classroom. They enjoy trips, after-school activities together, they participate in student government together, and attend the same sports meets and plays. The value of inclusive education. Inclusive learning and teaching recognizes all students' entitlement to a learning experience that respects diversity, enables participation, removes barriers, and anticipates a variety of learning needs. About inclusive education abroad. The inclusive schools were implemented across Europe through 7 partners and 90 associated schools and organizations. For example, about inclusive education in the United Kingdom. The model of integration in the United Kingdom can be called a worthy example because in the process from the age of 9 months, professionals begin to conduct regular classes with all children, seeking to maximize the potential of children, and the age group from 5 to 11 years corresponds to the preparatory school. The methods and content of teaching at this stage are very similar to our preschool education, and while studying with other children in the classroom, each integrated child has its own teacher, its own program. The prospects for the development of a special child are carefully planned, and this process involves all teachers, tutors, and parents of the school. I think it is a very useful method for development inclusive education. So, what about inclusive education in Kazakhstan? We know that inclusive education in Kazakhstan is a new phenomenon. However, Kazakhstan is ahead of other Central Asian countries in terms of inclusion in the general education system. According to the National Education Database, the number of special kindergartens based on education for children with special needs is 44. In addition, conditions have been created for the introduction of inclusive education in about 3,000 schools of the country, and about 40,000 students with special needs took part in this program. Here are some suggestions for the development of inclusive education in Kazakhstan. And I think it is better to use the following tips for the further development of inclusive education in our country. First thing is training of qualified specialists working with children with disabilities, like deaf teachers, speech therapists, and so on. The second thing, provision of material and technical equipment of schools. The third one, ensuring the availability of special places in classrooms and auditoriums for people with disabilities. In conclusion, I want to say that inclusive education can develop a general educational process that takes into account the needs of all children and provides education for children with special needs. This area promotes the success of children with disabilities in learning and creates opportunities for a better life. In addition, the process of inclusive education will be the beginning of educating students in a real relationship. That is the end. Thank you for your attention.